Good morning, YouTube family. Bartina's Country Home here. Today is Monday, April the 19th, 2021. Um, there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about this morning, but I'm going to stick to one just to stay on point. Um, so, as you all know, right now in the Ukraine, we have Russia pretty much. I think they've already gone in there in the eastern part of the Ukraine. But they do have thousands of troops massed there and a lot of military equipment, which looks basically like an invasion. I'm not sure if last report I had heard that they were already they had missiles and the S-4 missiles and troop carriers and battle vehicles over there. So last night while watching another another channel that I really like, Prepper Now, he happened to mention that that there's a Putin supposed to make supposed to be making a kind of like a press conference on Wednesday, and it's speculated that he might be announcing the total abandonment of the U.S. dollar. Um, this is like I said, I heard this last night from Prepper Now that it's speculated. Um, so I looked into it. The only thing I could find, I know since for a couple of years, Russia's been slowly, reducing the amount of dollars that they use on trade and stuff like that. So has China. Um, Last I heard, what I could find was that in 2020, as of September 2020, they had reduced 90%. It had gone down from 90% all the way down to, excuse me, to 46%, which is pretty big on the reduction of the U.S. dollar. Now, what I wanted to talk about was two times in the 2000s that I can remember offhand that world leaders tried to abandon the which was the petrodollar. And it didn't go well for them was Momar Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. So Saddam Hussein, right before when they got invaded in 2003, he stopped using the U.S. dollar, or he wanted to stop using the U.S. dollar. He started selling his oil, I believe, for the euro. Now, the petrodollar is the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex. It really internationally, uh, it's a benefit to the U.S. government. All trade, in case y'all don't know, but with the oil, uh, all business deals are done with the U.S. petrodollar. So in other words, when nation wants to sell oil or buy oil, what they first have to do is they have to go convert their currency into the U.S. petrodollar, and then from there they get those petrodollars that they exchange, and they go ahead and pay the nation that's selling the oil the petrodollar. So this is a big business. I mean, the oil industry, international oil industry, is huge, and uh, the first one that tried it was Saddam Hussein. I don't know what got into his mind to do that, but he wanted to trade for the euro. Uh, the second time, guy, and you know what happened to him? We went and invaded under false pretenses. What at least what they told the American people, that he had weapons of mass destruction, and that wasn't what was going on. Point was that he was trying to sell the oil without using the petrodollar. Now, the one that they did really dirty was Muammar Gaddafi. If you look up at this guy, I mean, both of these guys were, I'm not saying they were saints, but the media did a great job of spinning it like they were tyrants. Saddam Hussein, for his part, he basically kept terrorists out of Iraq. He had that country on lockdown. He was pretty much placed there by the CIA. Uh, I mean, this is not a secret. I mean, the documents are there. He was a CIA asset. Um, Now, Muammar Gaddafi, what happened with him was he basically wanted to sell his oil and only accept gold. The African, and he was going to create a new currency called the African dinar. Um, he knew that Africa was very wealthy, and he was starting to get these countries together and to do business with each other and ditch the petrodollar. Another thing he did was he created the Great Underground River Project. Y'all need to look that up. It was one of the modern wonders of the world, guys. He tapped into one of these underground rivers, and he basically started uh, planting in the desert, and it became very fertile. He really did a lot for his country, for Libya. Um, so anyway, my point is that because he wanted to use his own currency, he was only gonna sell the oil for gold and bypass the petrodollar. He was invaded by NATO in 2011 under saying that he was committing atrocities against his own people. When it wasn't like that, you had mercenaries and all these uh, rebels, so-called rebels, go and invade his country, and they basically they murdered him. They captured him and they murdered him. So that's what happens when you ditch the U.S. dollar. Now we fast forward to now, um, and like I said, both China and Russia have been basically scaling down, selling getting rid of the excess cash that they have. Um, Slowly but surely, but especially Russia, they've really detached themselves from the U.S. dollar, as well as from using the SWIFT system. China, I forget they created their own system of uh, to be able to do business deals, transactions, internationally. Now the SWIFT system is used by the United States. It's used by the whole world to conduct business. Um, Money transfers back and forth through this system, and so China, in order to, a lot of countries, when you run across the United States' bad graces, you will be put on sanctions, just like Iran did, and you really can't do anything because the entire world basically, it runs on the U.S. system of transactions. It's called SWIFT. China created their own, and I believe Russia is using it. So China and Russia did agree to be conduct business deals on their own, bypassing the SWIFT system and bypassing the dollar. So anyway, guys, I just found it, you know, like I said, I believe that these world leaders, they're nothing but these governments are nothing but criminal enterprises, and you know, when I believe that, people think that, well, economic collapses are what cause war, right? Well, I mean, I'm sorry. People believe that, countries go to war and it creates economic collapses, right? The economies go down because of war, but in fact, it's the other way around. The reason that war happens, especially now, is really to cover up the economic collapse and blame it on the war. When in fact, excuse me, and when in fact what they're covering up is the looting and the pillaging that the politicians and the corporations did. Looting the people, stealing from the people their money. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for right now. I'm gonna get back hopefully this evening. I'm gonna make another video about pertaining to water. There was some big headlines, or actually not a headline, but uh, something that caught my eye regarding water. So anyway, regarding the water shortage up in the Pacific Northwest. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. Enjoy your Monday, and y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.